Hello and welcome to a Motors for the Masses quick review, and today I'm going to do a quick review on Top Gear Season 25 Episode 1. Well, Top Gear is back on the BBC with Matt Harris, Chris Harris and Rory Bremner? Reid, that's the one, Rory Reid. And what an episode! The first episode of the season, and what do they have? A Mustang. Not just any old Mustang, a Hennessy GT350R. 850 brake horsepower. Thank you very much. Yes, please. Well, Matt seems funny as ever and a lot more relaxed into the role than he was previously. He's actually becoming a presenter rather than a comedic actor. So, well done to him there. The pointless duel they had. Absolutely hilarious. Of course, the all-wheel drive Jag won because it's all-wheel drive, and all that power on dust and dirt just isn't going to cut it when it comes to the Mustang and indeed the McLaren. And unfortunately, the Mustang came last in that little trio of duels, but whatever. It sounded the best and looked the best while doing it, as far as I'm concerned. But what was also great was that Chris Harris is funny too. Now, he's always been quite amusing, but a little bit sarcastic with it. But now he's actually relaxed and funny, and it just worked really well. Really pleased with that. What I am a little bit disappointed about is the donut that the Mustang didn't quite do. It's a bit wide as far as I'm concerned, and Mustangs are known for doing donuts at the drop of a sneeze, you know. Achoo! Oh, turned round. How odd is that? They do 180s really easily, but it seemed to struggle and it went a bit off track there, and I was expecting it to do a bit better, but never mind. I guess perhaps that's Matt's driving? But we all know all-wheel drive is just cheating. And if you've got a V8 muscle car, and he did call it a V8 muscle car, it should have rear-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive. So there. They had that moonshine run around the industrial estate, and that was actually pretty good. I liked the Ken Block bit, however, I was disappointed with one bit. And it looked like, obviously, it wasn't a very realistic race, because they'd clearly tried to judge that jump over and under section with Ken Block too many times. They'd definitely practiced it, because it was just down to poor editing, I think. On the one shot, the McLaren was way ahead. On the next shot, they were actually over and under at exactly the same time, and it didn't go well. Sorry, but that was clearly badly edited and clearly very well practiced. Therefore, not a realistic getaway. But one bit I did like is when Rory Reid got caught and he said, well, you know what rhymes with block? Obviously, cock. They had their guest Rob Brydon, and he's funny anyway. Although he did bring in the Gavin and Stacey thing again. It's like he's got nothing else to go back on. But having said that, the interview felt a little bit awkward, like it wasn't quite flowing well. And they do have a point that new Discovery is ugly. I don't think I could own one because it's just not Discovery shaped. To me, that's a new Freelander, not the new Discovery. Overall, I think Rory Reid has become more relaxed and he's not so try-hard anymore. And Matt has become more relaxed and not so actory anymore. And Chris has become funnier. So they work really well. They are the new, dare I say, so on to something I think was extremely funny and I really do like, and this is where Matt shines through, I think, and that is his story about NASCAR and how it's all crashing into the wall and in a fireball and going backwards over the line, and it wasn't true. It was funny. I did enjoy that. So well done, Matt. However, on the back of that, one thing I was disappointed with, and that was that three-way chain race. That had the potential for complete carnage, and there just wasn't any. Okay, there's a couple of slams, and that was about it, really. They had one occasion, I think, maybe two occasions, where one other car clipped the back of Chris Harris's car and spun him out a little bit. But that could have been brilliant. They could have rammed that middle car and really slammed them, and I suppose they didn't want to damage them or hurt them, but it just felt as though that could have been a hell of a lot more entertaining than it actually was. Bit disappointed with that. The Mustang didn't do too well. I think it had a poor start, and again that all-wheel drive was a good boost for the Jag, but that McLaren, that's a supercar, surely, not necessarily a sports car. I'm not quite sure they can put the McLaren in the same league as a Hennessy Mustang. Don't know, what do you think? But overall, a great start, mostly because it was full of Mustangs. Next week looks pretty damn good though. They've got In Search of Bigfoot, massive trucks, some off-roading, so let's see what goes on there. And thank you very much for joining me. We'll be back with some normal programming like bike builds and bike reviews and car reviews very soon. Thank you. Good night.